morning, everyone, and happy hump day. Wow, we have made it halfway through the work week, and I'm really happy to come to you guys today because I have been working on some more paintings. It's like I cannot put my paintbrush down for nothing in the entire world, you guys. So before I begin to show you guys these paintings, good morning, Lowry. Tiffany, Lowry. Oh, Tiffany, what's up? So before I show you guys these paintings, I want to tell you guys about Michaels, okay? Now, I've already talked about Michaels numerous times. You guys know Michaels is like my favorite art store. There was one in the Upper West Side in Manhattan, not too far from where I live. I live in the Upper East Side, so it's just like a walk through the park, maybe like a mile away. But they closed it. They closed my neighborhood Michaels, and I was so disappointed with that, you guys. And I found out there was another Michaels in Lower Manhattan in Chelsea area. So that's where I got my most recent canvas boards from. However, it seems like I always miss the freaking sale. Like, I always go to Michael's after everyone has come and rummage through all of the canvas boards, all the art supplies. Well, not really, I wouldn't say the art supplies in general, but mostly the canvas boards, to the point where I am left with, I feel like it's scraps. But like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So I feel like I had to make the best of what I had. And granted, the last time I went to Michael's was like last week, right? To get these canvas boards, I'm going to show you guys the paintings I just did. And I get there and I'm just hoping, I just knew for sure they were going to have my size. I'm like, okay, this is a different Michael's, different location. Maybe it's not that many artists in the neighborhood. Maybe people aren't buying canvas boards up like that. But I walked down the canvas board aisle just to be sadly disappointed. I'm like, they don't have my size. And for me, I like to paint big canvas board paintings, you guys. Like, I like small ones too. I started off with the small ones. You guys saw my first set of paintings that I did. They were really, really small, on a small canvas board, maybe like a, what is that, maybe 5 by 7, somewhere around there, right? And I mean, this cool, but I like to go big with it. So one of my paintings I'm going to show you guys, I wanted to put on a 30 by 40, and the biggest size they had was like a 24 by 30. So I'm going to show you guys this one. So I had to downsize, and granted, I didn't want to, but I did it anyway because I'm like, I want to paint. I don't want to wait to have to paint. And granted, they do have a website where you can order online and all of that, but I think they have a minimum where you have to buy at least 6 of each size online. I'm like, I don't need that many, right? 6 of each size. And the sizes that I went to the store for, they did not have, you guys. So I just had to settle with the 24 by 30. And this is what you guys are looking at. Now that I look at it, it is kind of big, right? So I did have fun painting this one, as I do all of my paintings, because this is a beautiful African goddess. And I just love color. That's one motif that you guys will see and like consistent in all of my paintings is color. Color, color, color. I absolutely love color. I like different shapes, circles, triangles, half circles. I had fun with this one. I always have fun painting the lips. And I love her hat. I love her wrap, a head wrap. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. And of course this is showing in reverse, so I will take some time to show you guys what it looks like in the actual orientation. Thanks, Thelma. Yo, can you be quiet so I can finish making my video in peace? New Yorkers are so loud, yo. Alright. And as far as like choosing the different colors, that's one thing that I have fun with. Like, it wasn't hard, I think, for me to choose what colors I was going to use for this one. Good morning, Diedrich Ewing. I always like to know where you guys tuning in from. So I want you guys to let me know which one of the paintings that you guys like the most. Now I do have 5 paintings to show you guys. So this is the first of 5, and the next is gonna be like one series. It's like 4-part in one, right? So it's like a 4-part series, but it's basically one painting. What is that? Is that the gas company? So, oh yeah, and her earring. I love her earring. Alright. By the way, all of these paintings I'm going to show you guys are going in my bedroom, okay? Because, granted, before today, I've painted thus far 30 paintings, you guys. 30. Before these paintings, not including these paintings, right? And those 30 paintings are like across my living room and dining room and foyer area of my place. So you say this one is good. Thank you. So not that I'm running out of space, because I can always find space to put more paintings, but I want to move to my bedroom now. So these paintings I'm going to show you guys, these 5 paintings are going to go in my bedroom, which will make 35 paintings I've done since October 28th. I think I made my first video about painting since I started painting, right? This is a new hobby. And the funny thing, I was coming back with these canvas boards, right? Granted, I had 5 canvas boards in hand because I took the subway train from Chelsea location, which Chelsea isn't that far. Chelsea, I think, is like 3 miles from where I live. And so I'm coming like into my apartment. I'm getting ready to walk up the steps. And there's this white woman outside. She called me before I was like getting ready to open the door to my building. And she was like, "Oh, you're an artist?" I was like, should I identify myself as an artist? I really don't necessarily identify myself as an artist. I don't really identify myself really as, I don't know, anything really. I'm like, I'm me, I'm Danielle. But I do things, right? I do different things. So aside from this, of course, my number 1 focus is training to become a clinical psychologist. But this is what I do in my free time. So I'm letting her know, like, this is just a new hobby I picked up during the pandemic. Just something to kind of pass time by. She was like, "Oh, are you going to show your work at the museum? Are you going to put your work on exhibit?" And that is something I have thought about. So I know people have asked me, am I going to sell my art? And I'm just like, no, I'm not going to sell it, but I am considering putting it maybe just on exhibit or getting a space to like host a showing for my art. Because why not? Why not share it? I like to share things with you guys too, so why not share it with my local community? But I found it to be very interesting. She was like, "Oh, you look very serious." Because I told her it was just a hobby. She was like, "You look very serious. Like, you take this serious." It's like, oh, yes. Everything I do, listen. Everything I do, I take seriously, okay? Even though I may do it for fun, I take it seriously. Okay, so this is the first one in this series. And I'm going to let you guys see what it looks like in the actual orientation. So, that first one I showed you guys, that was a 24 by 30. I wanted to put it on a 30 by 40. So it is relatively much smaller than what I intended it to be. And so are these next four I'm going to show you guys. This is a 12 by 36 size canvas. I wanted to put it on a 24 by 48. But I guess it saves time, right? Because the smaller the size of the canvas board, the less time it takes to paint. So now, in terms of time, that first one I showed you guys, that girl there, took me a whole entire day. I actually finished her Monday after work. So I started like 4:30 and I finished like at 11 p.m. at night. These four that I'm going to show you guys right now, I painted yesterday, and I started at 5 and I finished I think like at 12 o'clock at night. So we're talking about roughly 7 to 8 hours of just painting strictly. It doesn't include the drawing. The drawing I did, I think over the weekend, maybe I think Sunday. I think I started the drawing on Sunday, I think, past Sunday. But I love her, and I love, you guys, what I love, I think, most about these, why is it freaking fly trying to get a cameo on my freaking video? What I love most about these is that, I mean, aside from the color, obviously, I like color, but I think when I was painting these, like, what really gives me life is adding the black, like painting the skin black. That's what I felt so good, right? Because of course, as I'm painting, I get to see like the evolution of it, and I get to see how it goes from white to different colors, and it starts to take form, right, and become a vibrant picture or a portrait. And the last thing that I paint usually is the skin. Sometimes. I mean, I do have a different process, I think, depending on the painting. But for these, the last thing I painted, I think, was the skin. I always start at the bottom. Now, when I draw it, when I sketch it, I start with the face, and then the hat, and then I work my way down as I'm sketching it. But when I'm painting it, I actually start painting at the bottom. So I started with the design in her skirt. And it's pretty much the same for each of these. I started with the design in her skirt, and then like I worked my way up to like her top, her jewelry, and her hat, her wrap, then the basin here. You can carry like water in this, or nuts, or fruit. So that's my process. But I actually love adding the black. It's just, I feel like being that that's kind of like the last thing, aside from the background. The background is actually the very, very last thing that I paint. But before the background, the last thing basically is the skin. And so everything else is like in color, and the skin is white. And it's just, it gives me life. Good morning, Corey. So it gives me life, like when I just get to like the skin part and I add the black. It just makes it pop, you guys. All right, so that's the first one. The second one, and I just realized I meant to add some necklaces to these beautiful ladies here, the first and the third lady, but I'm probably gonna leave it as is. This is the second one. I don't know which one is my most favorite. I don't know if I have a favorite. I like all of them. It's hard to pick a favorite. But this is the second one of this series, and you guys will see when I reverse the camera how it connects, right? Because this one actually connects to the third one. But I like this one a lot. I like the colors that I chose to use for her. And I just like how she's carrying her basin like on her hip, while the others carry theirs on their head so elegantly and with poise and confidence. I love. And the funny thing is that even though it sounds like 7 to 8 hours is a significant amount of time to be painting continuously, I mean, without breaks, because I do not take breaks. I don't really get tired when I'm painting. I mean, I feel it afterwards, like when I'm done, I'm in the bed, lying down, I'm like, okay, my back, my back. And I think when I very first started painting back in like October, November, I felt it in my hands, but I don't feel it in my hands anymore, but I felt it in my back. I definitely felt it in my, because I actually sit on the floor when I paint, and I prop the paintings against the wall, so that's how I do it. I love painting like the bosom and the small waist and the broad hips. Thank you, Corey. Where are you guys watching from? Alright, so this is the second one. Alright, I'll show you guys the third. Número 3. Número 3. This is the third one. I love her. I love all of them. So yes, these are definitely going in my bedroom. I like, and you guys can see this is definitely a continuation of the second one. When I put them side by side and I flip the camera around, you guys will be able to see how they go together. Pretty much all as one. Let me know which one you guys like the most. I like doing the jewelry, the bracelets. It's like me. I like bracelets. It's like my most favorite type of jewelry to wear. Bracelets and necklaces. I don't wear earrings, as you guys can see. It's been many, many years since I've worn earrings. Alright, I gotta go ahead and wrap this up because I have clients to see today. Oh! And this is the last one. And the colors for her, like, I think this is a thing. These four, choosing the colors were somewhat of a challenge because I wanted to choose colors that were unique. And so I did create all of these colors. I forgot to tell you guys, like, I did mix some paints together and created these different colors that you see. Some of them are original primary colors, like the background here, but no, actually no. Let me take that back, give myself credit. I actually made the color of the background, but I did use the primary color, obviously green, but I did mix some colors together to create this color, this type of green here. But for the most part, a lot of these colors I use in all 5 of these paintings that I'm showing you guys today, I made myself. You are from Texas. You like this one? Yeah, I like this one too. As I realized all of the other colors were like soft pastel colors, and I wanted to go a little bit more harsh or a little bit more harder, like with the colors. So that's why I chose these. And you guys can see, yes, there is a 666 in her waist area, which represents carbon, which we are all made of. We're wonderfully made. So I love her. I love. And yes, I had fun painting this. And this was the last one I painted last night. So she took me almost into the midnight as I was painting her and finishing her. And she is holding her basin on top of her head with class, with her hand like that, like, ah. Like, ah, ah, ah. like this color here. I made that color. I think I used more primary colors with her. Like blue, obviously, and green, the yellow, the red. But I did create this color. I created pink, purple somewhat I created. I actually lightened the purple. There we have it. I'm going to flip the camera around. I thank you guys for watching. Alright, I'm going to show you guys what this looks like in the actual orientation. Flippity, flippity, flippity. Alright. There we have it. Thanks, Speedy. So these are going in my bedroom. So yeah, it took me all Monday, pretty much the rest of my day on Monday. Of course, I work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, but when I got done with, and I do work from home, by the way, except on Thursdays. But yeah, so that painting there, the first one, I actually completed Monday evening through the night. And then these 4 beauties I completed last night from like 5 to 12. You guys see how 2 and 3 go together? Those 2 middle beauties there. So those are like a 4-part series painting. They go together. I'm gonna hang them in my bedroom. This is gonna go above my bed, above my headboard, and then these 4 are going to go like adjacent to my closet. Sorry I can't take you guys in my bedroom, but you guys can maybe use your imagination to get an idea of what they will look like hanging up in my bedroom. And that is all, folks. Let me know which ones you guys like the most. I like all of them. I do have to go, but I will catch you guys later. Love you guys.